What's up, guys? I'm Doofus Mcdooface, and I asked you guys, how do we improve Legion? Because if you're watching this video, you love Legion. I love Legion. I know I get mad at it, but I do. And I think we both want to make this game just explode, right? I mean, if this game was played by way more people, I think it'd benefit everybody. Um, so I asked you guys what you think we can do to reach more players and expand the game. And you didn't see this post on Reddit, I'm gonna tell you guys what you said, what I think, and let's go from there. So, Nathandrel, the game itself is amazing. I love playing it. Same. In general, however, I think this game misses some carrot on the stick mechanic in between games, which would make playing feel rewarding and motivate you to play more. I can agree with that, right? Because like I know they have the quests, but how many of us are actually like playing those quests seriously? Like, are you really locking in castle just because it says to lock in castle? Or sending a safety mole just because it says to send a safety mole? Fair point. For example, making cards or currency more accessible to move from unique reward to real motivator to play the game, creating collections, maybe trading on some market. In general, the cards and trophy section of the game feels a little bit more complicated and unreachable. And at the end of my personal wish, sometimes I have a super good setup, and once it starts to feel satisfying, we win and the game is over. It would be amazing to have option, maybe we vote, to continue defending waves with your teammate, just for fun to see how far you can get. I really like that last line. And I think I've seen this comment a couple of times, right? It's almost like the squadron tower defense, if you guys ever played, the same thing. Where like, yeah, you want to see, could I make it to wave 23, 24? Right? And it's not like there's any income in overtime waves. So like it's not like the game is gonna last for 2 hours, right? It's just gonna be those extra overtime waves. For me, the cards. The only time I really got into the cards, and I know a lot of this is gonna be about the currency for cards, but the thing for me, the cards was like Toho had the Charizard, right? And we were both trying to get the gold border on our Charizard for our profile picture. Um, that's really the only time I've actually gone like crazy about it, right? I mean, I've got like all these cards. I've got so much essence. Yeah, maybe if it was a bigger thing, I would use my almost a million essence I think I have. Currency to buy cards comes super slow. My advice from NATO Dog. My advice and the only reasonable option I've found: get enough guild XP to feel like you're participating. Buy all the game coaches and donate all of them to a new guild. You get that 3x bonus. With that, you actually get in good games and gains in each game. If you don't want to spend money, you can park in my guild. Smart. And you can get a game coach. Blah, blah. So he's just talking about leveling up the guilds, and that's true. Like, do you really have the cards as a collection, or are you using the cards just purely for the guilds? Default waves and or mercs need a buff. Uh this one I thought was a little crazy. This one I thought was a little wild. But maybe other people are feeling this way. I mean, it's got 13 upvotes, so I think the default waves and or mercs need a buff. I think ending the game before wave 10 should be more common. Now, you guys know me, I always complain when I get starved and such, so I'm not a huge fan of this, right? Oh, and there's a rebuttal. There was a poll recently about game length, and majority voted that they would like longer games. So, I would agree with that. But, you know, changing up the meta can always change it to shorter games, you know? I think that's too short. Ranked games finish anywhere in the teens. Wild 9 or 10 does happen occasionally. Yeah, you have to be careful. How aggro is tuned early. Save for wave 6 was a thing to just one shot and win. Oh, I think I remember seeing a video of that back in the day. Like 2 brutes on 6 and you just win. Yeah, Drakir, one of the highest ranked players in the game, said it used to be a lot easier to end the game early, like 2 years ago. Like you could literally one hit the king on wave 7 plus with big leagues. Wow. But a lot of players didn't like that. No. There's a rebuttal. Because sometimes you just don't have a good enough roll to hold, say, Ogre or GK on 8. The king was buffed a lot over. Okay, so that one. We got speed up load screen. Load resources after launch or while searching. It is annoying waiting 2 minutes or minutes for other players and then wait more minutes for all being ready to start. That's a good point. Now, I don't know how this works because I know a lot of us are playing from different countries. But this is a great question, right? Why does it take so long to load? Is it the servers or is it simply just because we're from different locations, have different internet speeds? And if so, then that's just how it is, right? But yeah, it is crazy how some people know, right? They're like, "Hey, man, this is my first game of the day. It's gonna take like 5 minutes," right? And it's like, whoa, you weren't kidding. We're actually in the loading screen for 5 minutes as this bar slowly goes across. So yeah, I mean, if there was an improvement to that, that would be sick. That'd be awesome. Cheers, this would be my suggestion. I'm assuming it isn't preloaded because it needs to pick a server or something. No concrete idea on that. Any amount of less loading once you get match accepted would be exactly. Right? Any improvement is great improvement. Muddy, hey. I think the game would have more staying power if the units had lore. It could be added into the campaign or added in the form of descriptions, but a lot of games succeed purely due to the community's connection and love for lore. This is actually, I should have started with this question. This is great. You know how we have all the legions, right? We have Forsaken, we have Shrine, we have Nomad, right? We have all these legions, right? They're just units, right? What if you had like a campaign dedicated to each legion? Like that's how at least I remember. I want to say Warcraft, right? Many of these games I've played, or even like StarCraft, right? You would play them and then you got to use them, type of thing. So it would be really cool, right? If you had a campaign that was just the legion. That's a great idea, dude. Okay, chill out. But yeah, like what if in order, I mean, it's too late now, but like what if some style of like you had to play and beat Forsaken in order to earn Forsaken, you know? So you have to beat them, right? They have Forsaken build, they have Bone Warrior, they have Garg, they have Nightmare, they have Butcher, right? And that is the campaign boss, right? And then you play a shrine boss, the one with the gates and the masks, right? That's actually a great idea, dude. Dude, that might be the best idea yet. Okay, come on. Hear me out. If you guys think that's awesome, I know you're used to playing it, but I think that'd be more fun than having the guys in the making a serpent every wave, because that was really hard. I didn't like Father Jude. That was really tough. Sorry. Okay. Good idea though, right? I play lots of AA games which reach millions of players, and often I am left wondering why the worst games get the biggest audiences. The fact that my friends are still buying new Maddens every year but can't get into Legion, which I'm certain I could write a dissertation on how well of a designed game it is. Yeah, it's amazing. Drives me insane, but that's just how things are. It's really a philosophical question as much as video games design one. It's so hard to get the snowball rolling. And then there's the catch-22 that a Legion was designed to be as popular as the biggest games might also be a Legion that us enthusiasts would not enjoy that much. That's a good point. I understand that. I think the best approach is baby steps. If marketing investments are possible, that would be great. Yeah. If graphics and performance improvements are possible, that would be great. It's hard to know if they would have viable returns on investment though. Maybe some new game modes. Yeah, I like the new game modes always, man. Like, I don't think you can have a new game mode and have a bad backlash. But then, of course, what is it costing them? When I first started playing the game, it'll always be my best memory of Legion. Right? My best memory of Legion was playing with my buddy Little Ozzy. I wish I could find that video. Right? I probably can. Me and my buddy Little Ozzy, we had just started playing the game, and there was a game mode where it was 2x hybrid. So it was just a game mode. It wasn't ranked. 2x, right? So there was double the creeps. So instead of like 12 Frogos, there'd be 24. And you started with like 500. I think you started with 500 gold, right? So the double the creeps, right? And it was hybrid. So I mean, it was a double. It was a double. Like whoa, hybrid, of course, being like where you randomly place a tier 1, and it could be any of the. It could be a bone. It could be a a proton, you know, a mask, any of those, right? And I thought that was amazing. Like I've got to find it. It was such a fun video. 2x hybrid, and it was there for like 5 days, and we played it quite a few times. Never again. I've never seen it, and I've played the game for over 2 years now, and I've never seen it again. And I really, really miss that. So I do think that those game modes could be really fun. Like that Power Mercs thing they just added in Classic, that was really fun. I thought that was really fun. And I think the Classic things are always really fun. But if they could have 2v2 game modes too, that would be awesome. So I'm definitely down for that. Beyond that, I'd just say keep doing what they're doing. Community tournaments are awesome. Definitely Nova Cup is the best part of Legion. The game is well taken care of for balance and updates. I've never questioned how much the devs care about this game. For players, let's buck up and support the damn game. I respect that not everyone can. This really is the kind of game that I'm always happy to skip takeout one night. Yeah. Like if we can just just everybody everybody try to recruit one more person to play the game. Right? If we have 2,000 more players next year, that would already be an improvement, right? Just hey mom, have you heard about Legion TD2? Oh, is it a game you want for Christmas? No, I want you to play it for Christmas. Right? But yeah. We just need more players, and I think this is a great response. Well done, Dopio Gelato. I've never cared much about skins in game, but I'd probably drop $5 to spin a wheel for a random skin. Oh, random skin. I like that. I like that. But I mean, these ideas are crazy. I would probably drop $5 to spin a wheel for a random skin. That would be awesome. I bought the campaigns though. I like the content. I bet the campaigns are profitable. Dude, a wheel for a random skin, right? And some of those crazy people, right? I know you guys. You might just keep spinning that damn wheel until you get everything, right? Because it's a wheel. Like, who doesn't want to spin a wheel? Unlock carded. Unlock all masterminds for new existing players in Classic. You can get a lot of easy essence early. But what if you see a card and like, you got a RTD, or they pick something they don't like? It's a bit of a grind, and Classic should be the more popular mode for casual Classic Andes who don't like it. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, there's definitely been situations where like I had everybody join my game, right? The custom, when I would do like Classic customs. I still do them rarely, occasionally. I'd have everybody join. I'd be like, hey guys, we're all gonna play Fiesta 1 unit, right? Or hey guys, everybody play Fiesta, and everybody joins. We start the game, and then somebody types in the chat, shit, I don't have the mastermind, and it's like, fuck, erg, right? It's like, 7 of 8 of us are Fiesta. Okay, let's hope the non-Fiesta player doesn't destroy the game and just easily win. Ugh, right? So I will say that the mastermind thing in Classics is a bit of a erg situation. But I mean, I kind of understand it, right? That's a tough one. But yeah, maybe less. Maybe it costs less essence for the mastermind, and you just have them have less essence for the masterminds, and then just have essence just purely be for cards, possibly. Oh man, Dan with a big one. Dan Wolf with a big suggestion here. Here we go. I've compiled a mix of suggestions that I believe could significantly improve the game. I acknowledge that not everyone may agree, and some proposals might face budget and technical constraints. However, here's a breakdown of areas where Legion TD2 could shine. Social enhancements. Number 1, Community Manager. Introduce a dedicated community manager to serve as a bridge between the developers and the player base. There really does need a bridge between devs and us. This person can organize events, host weekly streams with drops too. Love that. And become the friendly face of the team. Interactive content. Encourage more interaction with streamers. How about a show match between Lisk and Jules versus Slickens and Doof? It would be fantastic to see more collaborative efforts and fun interactions. This one, I really agree with too, because when I first started playing the game, like literally within like 4 or 5 months, I saw that there was a Maz. It was like a Maz and Danny or a Maz and Lisk versus two others, like another streamer, right? And like a dev, right? And Jules or whatever, right? And I've always wanted to do that, right? I think it'd be cool, and it kind of sucks that it's just not happening, right? I think that would also be really cool to have a show match, right? It's just a show match, but the show match allows, you know, allows you to see the devs interact, gives them some pluses, gives them some pros with the fans of the game, with the players, and it lets the streamers show off a little bit too. Like, would I like to destroy Lisk and Jules, right? Or even if it was flipped, like a dev and a streamer, right? If it was Lisk and Slickens versus me and Jules, right? I'd definitely like to do that. Number 3, informative content. Address the need for quick, informative content. No idea what this. Many players feel that current guides are too lengthy or confusing. Developers could incentivize the creation of concise guides to help new players. Okay, I see what this is saying. Yeah, this one also just sort of makes fun of me. Like, I know you guys ask for so much. You guys ask for so much learning content. I'm not gonna lie. There's been so many comments over the past year, right? Months and months. Hey, Doof, can there be a Fiesta guide? Hey, Doof, can there be a Mastermind breakdown guide? Hey, Doof, can there be like a 2200 ELO guide? Right? This is something I myself definitely need to improve on. But yeah, if there was an incentivized creation of these concise guides, that would also be awesome. But yeah, I definitely think I get so many questions, and like I could say, hey, just go watch my YouTube, or go watch Analytical Doofs. Yeah, but there isn't like one direct thing where it's like, oh, this is exactly how you learn to play the game, right? So I would totally agree with that. Number 4, Twitter integration. Add a Twitter button alongside Reddit and Discord in the game interface. Additionally, engaging with other games and indie developers on Twitter could significantly. I've never thought of that one. That would be a Twitter button to Legion. I mean, I guess. I don't know how many people that are playing are using Twitter though. I could definitely see some type of social media, but I don't know if Twitter's going to be the one, right? Because of course people are using Discord. There's a decent amount of people in the Reddit. Twitter though, that is an interesting idea. But hey, I mean, if we got anybody from Twitter, it would be worth. Number 5, more drops and rewards for the drops. I asked before. I'm sure it must cost the devs money, right? It must cost them some money. But yeah, the drops are just so amazing. Yeah, exactly. Drops can bring in numbers even from non-chatting viewers. I mean, everybody that was streaming when drops would be on would literally have 1 to 200 viewers, right? No matter who it was. Like you could have a newer streamer. I know when Makea first got into streaming, he just started instantly in the hundreds, right? Instantly in the hundreds because of drops. And I wish they would bring it back. Even if it was like every few months, right? The Nova Cup drops is of course awesome. Or if they could like do Nova Cup drops for streamers as well, right? Not just the main channel. I'm sure there's a reason they're not doing it, but I would like to know why they're not doing the drops. Number 6, use the in-game survey option. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about the in-survey option about if they want the game longer or if they want the game more starvy. If they want more new unit, like there's a really good use. The thing they're talking about the survey is in the bottom left. When you just look at your chat messages, it says, "Hey, how do you feel about blah blah blah?" Yeah, that was cool. Man, Dan really went in on this. Gameplay improvements. Variation and boss waves. Introduce variation and bosses on wave 10, 15, and 20, possibly 5 to add more excitement. I've heard about this before. Yeah, and exactly. As long as you tell the players at the start, right? Hey, this is going to be the granddaddy. No, this is going to be the grand dinosaur, right? And let's say the dinosaur, instead of needing like pierce damage, you need magic damage, right? And so at least you would know that going in. So yeah, I think that would be awesome. Right, as long as you know it going in, if they could randomize bosses like that, that would be crazy. And this is the biggest one, right? This is the biggest one of all. Um, I think if the devs are able to change anything before this next season, it would be this right here, right? The shorter seasons. Why is it a year long, man? Why is it a year long? A year long is just too darn long, man. I know a lot of people are saying 3 months, but I'll meet you in the middle. Let's do 6 months. I don't understand. Like, so many of the higher elo players, right? And I don't know about mid elo, right? But you can just tell that when the season first starts, you get so many new players. This is in any game. This is Diablo 2, Diablo 4, World of Warcraft. When a brand new season comes out, more people are playing. Now to have to wait a year is crazy, right? If you're trying to keep your game growing, a year is just so long, man. Imagine World of Warcraft. There are new patches. A new patch for World of Warcraft every year? I mean, come on. I think they do like 4 months or 3 months or 6 months, but really agree. You need to shorten the season. Yeah, more urgency, player engagement, eliminate eliminate ladder points or replace them with something more compelling. Yeah, yeah. Because that's what a lot of that like I was gonna say. High elo players, they're either A, not playing in the middle of the season because, like, I don't want to name drop, like King Dan's. It seems like King Dan's was somebody that like I saw a lot. He just was not playing, and then Nova Cup pops up and he plays, right? Nova Cup pops up, he plays, right? If there was a reason for them to play during the season, that might help the game, right? Because if King Dan's is playing, then Aviator's playing, then but just you're increasing your player base. Avoid list. I do like the avoid list, but it's so hard, right? When we have so few players, in the game, it's hard to say, "Hey, I don't want to play with Toho," right? I want to avoid playing Toho. Makes it really hard. Thumbs up rewards. Oh, I like that. Give more weight to positive interaction. Players receiving thumbs up could earn rewards like essence, and it could just be the regular essence, right? Just the card essence, orange essence, not premium, just regular essence. I do like that. That is true. Because I don't thumbs up everybody. That's cool. Improve card drops. Enhance in-game card drops to make them more special. Often you waste all your pity points to only get a card you certainly didn't want that becomes guild fight. Actually, I'm a work. Sorry, I'm coughing. I'm gonna work off of this. There's a very. I actually don't know if there's ever a time where I've been playing a game and it's like you got the heartbeat and everybody types in chat, "Congrats on the card." I don't care, right? It's a regular heartbeat, right? Now, if the in-game drops were cooler, right? Like special heartbeat, right? I think having an in-game card that is separated, right? If you had in-game cards that are different from the cards you could buy from the shop, that would be my idea. Because yes, I sorry, I'm gonna die. Yes, I do think like the hermit hitting the boss 3 times or whatever, right? If you die to a hermit or if you die to like a certain hermit is just the one popping in my mind. Right? There's only certain cards that can drop, but then you can just buy it from the shop, right? You can just buy it from the shop if it pops up. What if there was only cards that you could get from actually playing the game, right? You can only get a card drop from playing the game. I don't know. I think that'd be cool, right? I think it'd be a lot cooler if you had like the elite harpy that only drops in game. But that's just me. Optimizations address performance issues in the menu, particularly in the profile and collection sections. General optimizations for map and menu navigation would improve. So I guess that's just UI. I feel like the UI is okay from my point of view, but I mean, if other people are seeing UI issues, I varied rating tournaments, host more tournaments at different skill levels. Yeah, I was out of town when this happened, but if anybody remembers the Nikomata Cup, that seemed to do really good, and it was massive. The Nikomata Cup was monster size. I think that's got to be the biggest tournament we've ever had. Yeah, that's what I remember. The Nikomata Cup. I mean, I could look that up right now. Um, Sponsorship opportunities. I really like the Nexus partnership that we have with the code, with the Legion Premium Essence code. I think that's really your creator code. But yeah, how do you get other people into the game with like actual streamers? Like, I'm not saying I'm not a big streamer, but I'm not a big streamer yet. So yeah, if you could get the big dogs like Amaz or people of that nature to actually play the game more consistently, right? Maybe sponsorship or partnerships is the way to do it. And he's going all the way back to his community managers, how Dan is referencing. Yeah, the bigger guild. I don't know why 30 players or 25 players is the guild size. Because then I feel like the guild is just worthless personally. It's just so small. Like when I first started streaming and playing the game, I got so many people saying, "Hey, can I join your guild, Doofus? Hey, Doofus, do you have any room in your guild?" I haven't opened that guild page in so long, right? I don't think the guild has been used very well in this game. So I definitely think the guild could be improved beyond just making it bigger. I don't see the benefit in it. All right, it's not like we have a guild chat. Um, I guess you get the increased orange essence during your guild battle or whatever. Guild Wars 25% more. Yeah, I don't fully understand need for the guild personally. I mean, I guess you get your premium essence every level or whatever, right? I think that's about it. All right, thank you, Dan. That was very nice. Stilts. The game would benefit from really nice avatars and skins. Cosmetics in this game are subpar at best. Step it up, get some nice skins. Allowing us to have some individuality with our unit avatars would make me want to dump more money. Yeah, I mean, I think the skins are pretty cool. There's definitely some skins that I'm like, I have to have, right? And sometimes I'm like, I will say, how well did their contest go, right? Remember they had their contest for the skins before, where you had like the Bowser skin that was implemented, right? They had a couple of those skins that were implemented. I think another thing like that would be really cool. Have another contest. I mean, if they can't come up with their skins themselves, I think outsourcing to your players is not a bad idea. They did it before. What's another time? But yeah, I mean, I think I think another thing, like going back, the person with the really cool idea was to have a a spinning a random skin. You spend $5 or 500 essence, 500 premium essence, and it does a wheel. You spin a wheel for a skin. That would be pretty awesome. You're like, darn, I've already got that one. Got to spin the wheel again. Graphical overhaul. It's very dated looking. I also fully understand they don't have to Yeah. I saw this one, but honestly, I feel like the graphics are okay. At least if you've watched the old games, the old Legion, I feel like it's increased so much. Like I watched Danny's video a couple of years ago, or recently that was from a couple of years ago, and from there to now the game looks so different. The game looks so different and improved. I mean, especially like even the Christmas thing, right? When they do like the Christmas design for the lanes, I think that's just so updated and different. But I mean, I guess you go more 3D, on the units, but I think they look fine. I don't know if improving the graphical, it could improve player outreach, but I don't know if it would. But it could increase player enjoyment, right? So that's fair. Iridion, and thank you, Aeon Revolution. I think the game is too complex / hard to understand to become mainstream. Sure. Usually games that are as at least complex as LTD2 and our mainstream are easy to pick up but hard to master. But I don't think LTD2 is easy to pick up. If you don't have any experience with this kind of a game, yeah, without Squadron Tower Defense or Warcraft 3, the OGs, it would be very hard. I often organize LAN parties with my friends, and we like to play Warcraft 3 custom maps. The last 2 times we tried to play the original LTD, those with not much. Yeah, oh yeah, the original LTD is super difficult, right? The original is insanely hard. I lost. I lost the first time I ever tried to play Legion. I got kicked out of the game. So, how to improve that? I'm not sure. Maybe a campaign-like tutorial with a very progressive way of introducing the game. Something more narrative than we currently have. Overall, I think a better new player experience and onboarding could really help. Yeah. And I think that's where like having more videos and guides, like everybody's saying in here, like it's already been said. I know I need to improve. Having more learning videos. But yeah, some like in-game guides would be amazing. Oh my god, if they had interface that said like new player and the new player would link. I'm not saying my videos, right? But maybe it had my videos, right? You click on new player, it has like directly into guides, right? Like it's like, hey, here's how to play Fiesta. Hey, here's a video from Doofus Mcdooface on like what the masterminds are, right? If you had something like that, that'd be really cool, right? But of course, it could be actual guides, not my videos. So yeah, new player experience could be everything, right? Because yeah, I guess how many players buy the game and then have no idea what they're doing? That OG. I strongly feel that an increase in queue time for better matched games in Classic is worth it. Well, this is a new one. I also think looking into the buffed income handicap mechanic could improve my experience a lot, particularly making it so the players receiving the buffed income give less bounty shutdown. Yeah, totally agree with this one. Okay, I didn't understand where you're going, but this is really, if you do play Classic, I've had many games like this, right? Where I'm playing against the tryhards, right? We all get double bonus, triple bonus income. It's like, okay, we're actually gonna beat these tryhards, right? We're gonna beat these legend classic players. No, you're not. Because then wave 8, 9, 10, you're on fire, and they start real sending you, or full income sending you, and you're trying to push like a normal player. Your Fiesta, you give up shutdown 1, shutdown 2, shutdown 3, game's over. Because now those high level players got way more shutdown gold than your bonus income will ever amount to. So, I do agree with that one. I do agree with that one. Um, so I think yeah, the handicap mechanic could be improved. I don't know how you do that, right? I've always been against shutdowns, but I do know that shutdowns are sort of necessary. But yeah, just less situations where shutdown works or shows up. Way stranger. It's a tough game. Get more people into one central Discord and let them make friends and team up. People are free. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We just need more people to play the game, of course. Get rid of income and chill. Add a merc who blocks. Yeah, I agree with this. A new mercenary that blocks healing, right? Would make the game a bit harder. Same thing with steal mana. But yeah, I agree with that one. We do need a merc that stops healing, right? Because if you have like an Ocean Templar Chieftain Cheese build, right? How do you stop that, right? Or if you have that God Soft that has Ocean Templar, Tree of Life, Butcher, and an APS, and it's got Protector or Divine on it. Like, how are you stopping that, right? Without suing, you have no chance. Right? You would just have no chance, right? So I do think a mercenary like that would be cool. Steals mana, maybe. I'd probably say like prevents mana or something, like prevent steeds from. Maybe like prevent spells, right? The units that use spells, you have a slowdown, right? So where the steed doesn't generate the mana, generates it like half the speed. That could work. Battle Pass. I've heard a lot of people talk about Battle Pass. I don't know how you do that in Legion. I guess the thing I would say about Battle Pass is it would be more incentivized to have shorter seasons. Because if you have a 4-month season, you want to buy the Battle Pass, right? Just bought 3 Battle Passes for Legion TD2 in a year. That's some money. That's some money for the game to improve and hopefully get better. Remove Wave League RNG. It's a joke. You guys all know how I feel about the RNG, right? RNGTD. I think the only thing I'd say about this is just not making units that are RNG based, right? I think the RNG based new units is the only thing that I have an issue with. It's a tower defense game, right? And there are things that are just part of the game, right? Sometimes your doppel is going to get sniped, sometimes it's not. I understand that. No matter how mad I get, it is part of the game. But I don't like how some of the new units continually increase RNG. Like the Shadow Dancer, right? One of the most busted units in the game. Yeah, they did on like the fifth hit or whatever, which reduces a bit of the RNG. But guess what? The clone placement, right? If the clone is on the left and the dancer gets targeted, you're screwed. If the clone is in front, then your Shadow Dancer can keep bringing out clone and clone and clone. Ugh, you know, back a long time ago, I'd say the Lifebinder. It was more when it first came out. It would take time to throw the heal, and and even now, if it throws the heal to the wrong unit, right, you're like, it needs to go to that Crusher. Throws it to the Oathbreaker. That's like taking barely any damage, and you leak because of it. No, so I don't know. Just new units are awesome, but the RNG definitely does hurt when it's a new unit that is like super heavily RNG, right? Like a randomized new unit hurts. Um, but I do understand that RNG is it's just part of Legion TD too. Reaching new player ideas. Give me a skin worth a few bucks if I gift the game via Steam to someone at full price. And that person who gifted the game, give them a skin. Alright, so skins. I could see that. Skins for new players as well as you. Where have I heard that before? Where have I heard that before? Or like if you recruit a new player, if you recruit a new player, you get something. Because I know when you first get the game, you get your essence, right? When you first get the game, you can give somebody essence. But I guess for buying someone the game is totally different. And it's just skins, so it does benefit you. Because I was gonna say, what if somebody like bought like 10 games of Legion and it was just giving them out? But it's just skins, right? And you're paying $15 or $20, whatever the game is. It's not like you're getting it for free, so that could be interesting, right? Some benefit for game outreach. And finally, Vaxen. I think the game has gotten worse since launch. Ever since they added the gold boost after each wave for sending. I used to love it, now I play every now and then. This must be an OG comment. Ever since they added the gold boost after each wave for sending. I'll be honest, I don't even understand what that means. But I think that's all the comments we have here. I wanted to just reach out to you guys since you reached out to me. Tell you guys everybody's thinking. When I think about all these questions of how to improve the game, I still stick with a lot of my true things, right? I still think drops is a super big one, right? I think drops could really improve the game. I do think we need a social media manager, right? I love Toho, right? But this isn't Toho's main job, right? Toho has a career, right? So if you had an actual dedicated Legion TD2 like social media like an agent for social media, I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, more connection with the devs. Super agree with that one too. Super agree with that one. I know I kind of came up with it, but if you had like Muddy was saying lore, right? Muddy was saying lore, right? For the legions, like I said, a campaign where you play against the legions. That sounds so cool to me. Yeah, speeding up, of course, like player improvement things. Speeding up that load screen, more information and guides for new players. Totally agree. The polls, which is once again, that's just the devs reaching out. And skins and cards. Like, how do you improve skins and cards? I'm not sure, right? But somehow making the cards more luxurious, more unique, right? Like cards that only drop in the game. Could be really cool. And then yeah, skins, a random skin thing. That is an awesome. I'm sorry, who said that because I really did like that. a spin the wheel for a skin is pretty awesome. That would be super. Yeah, right here, Crunkadocious. Yeah, I even had to give them. That is awesome. A spin the wheel for a skin. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry for coughing. Uh, Please, if you guys have more thoughts in the comments, if you're not on Reddit, please drop your same thoughts. Right, treat this video commenting as discussion time for how you think Legion could be improved. Um, the more we talk about it, the more will help the game. And I'm Doofus Mcdooface. Love you guys. Let's make Legion great.